Good afternoon. We're doing a slightly different podcast this time around. I'm going to be doing these, I think, for the rest of the season. So we're just going to do a real quick web meeting. Obviously, there's a lot to talk about. Just the goal for today is just to do a real quick rundown. It's been a while since we've talked to you guys about it. Hopefully, you still are enjoying and still are listening. Um, just to kind of see where we're at. So we're going to look at some of the standings, okay? We're going to look at the MHR rating. We're going to talk about the Detroit tournament a little bit. We're going to discuss the other games that we played since then, and then what's on the horizon, and what are we kind of looking at. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen here. All right, here we go. We have a breakdown of current standings in the Parma CSHL A2 division of Pee Wee. Currently, Elyria is sitting at the top of 13 points. They have 3 games left to play. Strongsville is done. They have played all their games. They're at 9 points. Cleveland Sharks, they're 9 games in. They got 1 more game. That's against Elyria. They're at 9 points. There we are, Parma. We're 8 games. We have 2 games left. We're at 9 points. And Shaker is at 8 points, and they are officially eliminated from playoff contention as they have 8 and cannot get any more points. Worcester sitting currently at 4 points. They have a win and 2 ties, and they are officially eliminated from playoff contention as they only have 2 games left, and the highest point total that they could get would be 8. So congratulations to the 2025-2026 Pee Wee 2 Parma Flyers for making it into the playoffs. Now, currently we sit at the 4 seed. Like I said, we have 2 games in hand. There is a great potential for us to jump up to that 2 seed. That's kind of where we want to sit. We want to sit in 2 or 3 to get us best prime playoff positioning so that we see that big battle area team in the championship of the tournament versus playing them off the rip. Overall standings aside, we look really good here. Okay. Now let's talk about my hockey ranking. Currently, our Flyers are sitting at a 73.03, 17-19-2 record, and that includes all preseason games. Goals for 119, goals against 137. Shout out to Mike and Natalie for actually putting their information in here. That's kind of great to know, especially for tournaments, so that you can find the team that you're playing. Great news here is, and the tell story is in the math. Currently, just based off of our schedule and stuff like that, we are currently on average playing teams with a ranking of a 73.42. Excellent scheduling by us and our team. Obviously, we're 73.03, so we're playing teams that are slightly better than us, but on par nevertheless. And to see our goal differential shrink as much as it has, we have gotten substantially better as the year has gone on. Super proud of our kids for getting that completed. Now, going back to our league games, if you click on the Parma site here, let's talk about when we came back from our tournament. We ended up taking on the Shaker Red Raiders and the Cleveland Sharks. So the Cleveland Sharks game, that was a letdown. That was right before the tournament where we lost 7-3. The number 2 on that team, he opened it up. He had, I think, 6 or 7 points that game, 5 goals and 2 assists. But he was a game wrecker for us. He blew he just was breaking knees and ankles and dancing all the way to the goal. And then slightly after that, we came back from our tournament in Detroit. Had kind of a sluggish game that we played against Shaker. We ended up tying, got a big point there, right? Coming out with points is better than none. So a 1-1 tie, that was overall a really good game. We almost won that game. It was like a matter of inches. Fitzgibbons had a late shot that literally missed the goal by that much. Was not far from tying or us winning that game. But, honestly, that we seemed kind of sluggish, like we just came off of a tournament. And it was a short week because we played on Monday that week. So to come back and then play a hard, a tough tested team like Shaker right off the rip, you could tell that maybe our legs weren't all the way there. then we could talk about what just happened this past Saturday in a game that we had to have. The kids came out and they played excellent. They had a 5-3 win against the Cleveland Sharks. The best part of this one was we shut down number 2. He had 2 points that game. He had a goal and assist. Other than that, we had somebody on him. Stick checking was unreal. Back checking on him was really good too. Everybody had a hand in that kid's pocket, and you could tell he was getting frustrated. And the parents on the sidelines, they were definitely frustrated. They know that he is their meal ticket, and that's how they win games. And for us to be able to shut them down and shut him down specifically was ultimately the biggest piece to this that allowed us to really win that game. Defensively, we were great. Offensively, we were great. I do want to call out, there was a minute and a half stretch. I think it was a Richie Reagan line with a Fu and Sam with Fu and Henry. Those 5, we were sitting down in our offensive zone for about a minute and a half there, and the defensemen were firing shots from both sides of the point. The puck sharing was unreal. The passing in that, where pucks went to the corners, the wingers would then pop those passes out to the defensemen. The defensemen were shooting. We didn't garner a goal on that shift, but that was some of the best passing that I've seen all year. So shout out to those 5 that, were really making that work. Key topics to this is when the parents are in the stands and they're screaming, "Get the puck out of the zone. You guys are so tired." Proper passing, proper puck movement, and series like that really do break people's backs. It takes the soul out of your team. When you know that you can't get it, it's like when you're playing on a power play. If anybody watches NHL hockey, it's super hard to maintain energy when you're constantly rotating around and the puck passing. We really took their soul during that game. The 5-3 score was closer than it really was. I think they got a cheapie with less than 30 seconds left in the game. Obviously, the game was in hand, but overall, shout out to our kids. They played great. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So we'll talk a little bit about what's on the horizon. So Thursday we have Elyria. That's in their 3-quarter ice rink. That'll be very cold. It'll give us a good test or a good sample size for Buffalo in a couple weeks. But you're playing an Elyria team where the wingers are big. I'm sorry, not the wingers. The defensemen are big, and they shoot. It's going to be a big task for our forwards to be puck pressuring that blue line to ensure that we are definitely getting in front of those shots, taking them in the shins, and hopefully getting some breakaways. They got some really big kids on that team, but our kids are faster. We have the speed, we have the knowledge, and we know how to play. We play the right way. We play our game. Our defense is how it's been for the past 2 months. This is going to be a really close game. It's going to be a really exciting game, and I look forward to watching it. And then lastly, this coming Sunday, the 7th, we have Worcester. Worcester obviously is last in our division, but when we played them in their barn, it was a 4-1 game. Still a tight game, still a close game. They have some second-year peewees. The second-year peewees on that team. They're very good, and they're aggressive. They lead the league in penalty minutes. We are right behind them, but they lead the league currently in penalty minutes. So the last time we played them was in January. It was like right after the holiday. We won 4-1, and hopefully same thing applies. So got to win 1 or 2 if possible. Get us at 13 points. 11 points gets us into the second seed. Even a tie would get us into the second seed because Cleveland, like I said earlier, they have Elyria to end the season. The one thing I will tell you is this: Elyria is ripe for the taking. The entire league, I feel, has gotten better. Our team has definitely gotten better. We have an excellent shot at taking this team out. So I really hope that our kids come well rested. It's a school night, obviously, but should be amped enough to go put some sticks on pucks and really start frustrating those kids because I think the league around them has gotten better. And obviously practices would indicate that for our kids. And then lastly, on the horizon, we have the Buffalo tournament, which is President's Day weekend. It's outdoor. I know my wife, Christy, has been reaching out to some of the families that were just up there this past weekend. It is a very cold barn, FYI. So make sure that you are prepared the kids, specifically with wool socks, head coverings, etc., to make sure that they're as warm as they possibly can. But obviously, the parents will come with blankets or whatever, heated jackets, whatever you need. But really looking forward to that. We'll do an episode once we know the opponents. Check out their My Hockey rankings, see kind of where they're at, and kind of see how we fit the bill. Talking about the Detroit tournament real quick. That was such a valiant effort by us. We ended up losing. We were 5-1 that weekend. Overall dominated, but we played the best team other than us in that tournament, and it was a 4-3 game, and it was tied with less than a minute left, and obviously it slipped away from us. Obviously, it's learning lessons galore for everybody on the team. But again, another tournament where we finished second, but we're hardened. Those tournaments matter, and I think our kids are starting to realize that, and it's indicative in their play. So that's the only thing for that tournament. Gosh, the Kentucky people were very nice as well. Good families. Congratulations to them. And then lastly, we got the CSHL playoffs. Our kids are in. We're in. We got a hell of an opportunity ahead of us, an opportunity to get better, continue. We got 2 games left, a tournament to skate into that weekend where you're playing the 4 best teams in your league. And we have a great opportunity and a great chance at winning this whole thing and taking home a banner, which ultimately would be the goal for us. So with that, we'll keep it short. Hope you all have a good day, good week, and go Flyers.